Hello, I'm C Love You, and welcome to C Love You Advice. I'm making a video today in response to all the negative comments that I got for Peach McIntyre. A lot of you got your panties in a bunch, and I've seen all the negative comments. But let me be the first one to tell you. Sometimes the truth don't always feel good, but it's necessary to hear it to go to the next level. Okay? It's necessary. See, my mom used to tell me things all the time that I did not necessarily like. But in the long run, I thanked her for all the advice that she gives me because it helped me go a long way. Now, what I want you all to understand is raising children is not easy. It's a big time investment. And you have to be careful with who you have children with. Because whoever you have children with could, that person could affect you for the rest of your life, and not only you, but your children. Us ladies have to be more responsible who we decide to give our body to. Because everybody that may look good ain't good for us. Now, you cannot tell me that there has not been a young man out there in your life that you thought was so fine. And every single time you look at him, boy, you just smiling away. And you think, oh, God, he is so cute. I just got to have him. And then when you date him, you find out he ain't shit. You can't tell me that have not happened to you. Let me explain something to you, ladies. When you having babies out here by all these different men, be careful who you having babies with. A lot of these young men, they're here for a ride, but they're not here for you. And as soon as you get pregnant, they're ready to run because they wasn't ready themselves. A lot of them, they've been brought up in the households where they don't even know how to be men because they never got taught the correct way to be a man. So then you end up experiencing the backlash of it later. And it shows when you have a baby by that man, and that man ain't doing nothing for his or her, his child. It shows. Like, men out here got to be careful about the woman that they lay up with. Because you got some women out here, they're selfish, and they only care about themselves. And they have nothing but drama in their life. And then when that man get that woman pregnant and she had that baby, guess what? That baby life is being affected too. So us as men and women, we have to learn how to make better choices on the people that we decide to lay down with. We have to begin to ask ourselves, yes, I may be feeling all jittery in the inside right now and happy to be with this person right now, but 5 years down the line, am I going to have this same feeling? That's why it's very important to know that before you go out here and you begin to have kids by men, to make sure that you know who you're dealing with. A long time ago, my mom used to always tell me, and she still tells me till this day, keep your legs closed while you're dating. Don't let your hormones overtake you. If you really want to know what a person is all about when you're dating them, just keep your legs closed, and it's going to show. And if that wasn't the truest saying that she have ever told me, I don't know what is. The reason why it's very important to keep your legs closed while you're dating a man is because you're able to see things clearly. You'll be able to tell whether or not this man is full of it. You'll be able to tell whether or not he's a narcissist. You'll be able to tell, is there something lacking in his life that he's not telling you? It's like the discernment will be very, very strong. Because then your feelings is not all involved like that. You're not giving him power over you, so you're able to see things clearly. And you can make a better decision for yourself. But when you're out here and you're sleeping with these men and you barely even know them, feelings get involved. I don't care what anybody say. You cannot tell me that you're able to sleep with a young man and not catch feelings. And be okay with just sleeping with that young man and walking away. You can't tell, excuse me, you cannot tell me that you're able to do that as a woman. Because, excuse me, no matter what you say or what you do, every single time you lay down with a man and he walk away from you, he's carrying a piece of you with him, and it is so true. See, we have to understand there's a such thing as spiritual soul ties. That's why you have so many women going crazy now, because they sleeping with anything and everything. They letting anything and everything run up in them, and then they losing their mind because you got all these spirits entering in your body. And there's no way to escape it except through fasting and praying. Ladies, we have to do better in our choices of men that we decide to give our body to. We need to be treating our bodies as vessels of the Lord. It's the reason why God said don't have sex before marriage. It's the reason why God said do not fornicate. It's the reason why God tells you even in his word, be careful of who you keep company with. All this stuff is in the Bible that our parents try to tell us, and a lot of us don't listen until it's too late. Please, don't do that to yourself. It's not worth it. Learn how to love yourself enough to know that you deserve better than being somebody's girlfriend for 11 years and having 3 kids bound, and he's still just calling you his girlfriend, but yet he'll never put a ring on it. Because you gave him everything. He don't have no reason to want to put a ring on it. I want to put a ring on it. If you with me for 11 years and you up here giving me everything that I want, and I'm able to pop out children out of you and everything else, and you don't have no standards of what you want, I'd do it too if I was a man. There won't be no reason why I feel the need to put papers in front of it, because you never did make me work for it. Keep in mind, ladies, that men are not like women at all. We're two totally different people. I have seen men literally will go and see a woman and will make her think that she's the only one. And she be so much in la la land because she receiving a penis every which way. And he out here talking to Susie next door too. And she ready to go fight Susie next door rather than looking at the man that she's been dealing with. And asking herself, why do I settle for such junk? Gotta think about that, ladies. Stop settling for being a baby mama and know that you deserve to be somebody's wife. Know that you deserve to be happy in life. Don't depend on a man to make you happy. The happiness has to come within. Stop looking for a man to fill the void and start asking God to fill the void instead of a man. You're going to go through days where you're going to be lonely. And it's those times where you're going to be reflecting on your life. Those are the times that you're going to be healing. And it's not going to always be fun, believe me, it's not. But it's going to be worth it. Know that, throughout that healing process that you're going through, sometimes you're going to feel like calling somebody just to be with them because you're lonely and you're hurt. But that's not the time to be calling them. That's the time you need to be enduring and praying to God to help you throughout that process. You have to. Because if you don't, you're gonna repeat the same cycle, and it's not even worth it. Don't do that to yourself. You deserve better than that. See, because when you begin to love yourself, the things that you once dealt with, you will no longer deal with anymore. You'll start to set a standard for yourself. And you won't just date a man because you're lonely. You'll begin to be comfortable being by yourself. You will begin to learn how to love yourself. You will begin to put standards out there for yourself. And so, about time the right man do come along, you'll be able to recognize him. Please listen to me, ladies, on this one. You don't have to settle. You're better than that. Know your self-worth. Begin to love yourself and know that you deserve better than just kids and being called somebody baby mama. It's not worth it. When I tell you things, I tell you from experience. I'm not telling you something just to be telling you. It's not worth keep on having all these kids by all these different men, and then you left holding the bag at the end. It's just not worth it. Because I don't know not one woman in her right mind that came out and said, well, if I had this man babies today and we had to go parent tomorrow, whatever, he bring my child around other women out there, whatever, I'm going to be okay with it. I don't know not one. Because every woman wants to be with the father of her child. I never known for a woman not to want to be with the father of her child. That's why I'm telling you, ladies, be careful in your selection and learn how to love yourself. And be happy with yourself first before you go ahead and make all these kids. And another thing I need to point out to you, ladies, just because you have kids by a man doesn't mean that you have to stay with that man, because some relationships are so toxic that you got to walk away from and you have to start all over again. And it's okay. And don't think for 1 minute that a child stops to show from a man not even want to be bothered with you or married you, because that's not true. You have some men out there that will marry a woman with kids because he just genuinely loved that woman, and he see past her having children. He see what's in her heart. And there's a lot of them out there that have gotten married. So don't think for 1 minute that, oh, well, I got kids, so ain't no man gonna ever want me. That's a lie from the Satan. That's a lie from the pits of hell. I don't care who tell you that. It's a lie from the pits of hell. Trust me. If you put God first and you begin to learn how to pray and ask God to lead you and guide you throughout this thing, He will. For the ones out there that don't know how to put God first, because at one point I didn't even know how to put Him first. I didn't have not a clue. I had to ask God to show me how to put Him first. I had to ask God to please fill that void in my life. Because I would just hurt. I asked God to fill that void. Let it come from Him. Let me become whole as a woman instead of just settling. And throughout this process, I'm glad that I did, because I don't regret it. I'm a better person now than I was a year ago. I'm a better person now than I was 2 years ago. I'm a better person now than I was 10 years ago. So, lady, just take heed to what I'm telling you. Don't take me offensive. Don't take it as me bashing you. But everything I say, I have a reason for saying it. And just know that if you feel like nobody else loves you, God loves you. And He loves you. So, this is the end of my video. Like, share, subscribe. Leave the comments. I know that not everybody may be able to accept the message that I'm giving, but the seed has already been dropped. I'm just going to let somebody else water it. You have a nice day. Bye.